Hello, my dearest Bournemouth fans. Hello, career mode lovers. We are back for another season with Bournemouth on the channel, all because of you. So we're back for season 4. We're doing another season. And how far have we taken this team? If you've been here since day one, you may have remembered that in the first season, we were battling relegation. We were scraping by. And last season, season 3, we won the Europa League and we won the FA Cup. We did the double, but this season is going to get even much tougher. It's going to get tough, guys, because we're playing in the Champions League. We are going to be playing in the Champions League. Bournemouth is playing in the Champions League. What? So let's get into it. We have a lot to discuss. We have a lot to talk about, and I'm gonna need a lot of transfer suggestions. Okay, well, pause the video for just 1 second. I want to tell you guys that if you didn't know, I'm signed as a content creator for a gaming organization called Luminosity, and my gaming organization just recently partnered up with a brand called Control, and I want to tell you about Control. I promise it won't take long, and you might actually like it. So Control is a brand that focuses on meal replacements, healthy meal replacements, by the way, and it's for gamers, whether it's meal shakes or protein bars or protein cookies. If you don't have time to make yourself a healthy meal, have a protein bar or a protein cookie. If you don't have time to make yourself a healthy breakfast, have a meal shake and don't starve yourself. Look at these delicious flavors. I got cookies and cream. I got peanut butter crunch. I got cocoa crunch, yeah, and you just use these in their shaker bottle. And if you don't want to use the shaker bottle just for the meal replacements, you can use it for the meal replacements and then use it as a water bottle like I do for the rest of the day. You guys know me. I wouldn't steer you wrong unless I stand behind the product. This stuff is good and delicious. So if you want to try some out for yourself and grab some, use code Luminosity at checkout on their website and get yourself 10% off. All right, let's go back to the video. So we're going to start the season how we always do, and that is by taking a look at our squad and what we need, who needs to go, who we need to buy, where we need to strengthen. Our goalkeepers, Norberto Neto and Mark Travers. Now, I've made an executive decision here. I think we're going to sell Mark Travers. We're going to keep the legend Norberto Neto at the club, but he is aging. He's 35 years old, 79 rated. So we're going to need another goalkeeper to replace Mark Travers as the starter, but Neto will be the backup and he will be playing in the cup games, the odd maybe Champions League game, the odd Premier League game or whatnot. So I need some transfer suggestions for a good goalkeeper. When it comes to our left backs, we have 3 left backs at the club now, one being Francisco Ortega, Matias Vinha is the other one, and Brandon Williams, the new arrival Brandon Williams, who we got on a free transfer. And now we got him because I think we're going to have to part ways with Matias Vinha. He's just not good enough anymore. He's 27 years old, but he basically capped out at a 76 overall. Francisco Ortega will still be our starter and Brandon Williams will be the backup. So Matias Vinha I put him on the transfer list, unfortunately. When it comes to our center backs, we do have Reece Oxford that is still at the club. He's been here from the beginning. Mark Gahey, he's been absolutely fantastic. Marco Senesi, James Hill, Ilya Zabarny still here. Philip Johansson, the regen, and also Chris Richards. But Chris Richards, we converted him to a right back, if you remember that. He can still play as a center back, but he's more of a right back now. So I think we also need to strengthen in the center back position and look for another quality center back to partner up with Mark Gahey. Reece Oxford is okay. He's only 79 rated though. He's kind of capped out. Zabarny is okay. 22 years old, 79 rated. And then Marco Senesi, he's 28 years old and 78 rated. I put Marco Senesi on the transfer list to raise some more funds. His contract is expiring in 12 months. He's been a great serviceman. He's had his journey here at Bournemouth, but I think it is time to part ways with Marco Senesi and look for an upgrade. Right back wise, we only have 2 right backs at the club. We have Chris Richards, who's 78 rated, and Adam Smith, who's 68 rated. I did put Adam Smith on the transfer list. His contract is expiring in 12 months. He's just not good enough anymore. He's 34 years old. He can probably move on to a championship side or maybe a League 1 or a League 2 side. So we are going to need another right back. The reason why we only have 2 right backs is because we had Rico Lewis on loan. Now, do we bring back Rico Lewis on loan? Do we bring him in permanently? He's gone now, but he was pretty good. So do we go back to a Chris Richards and Rico Lewis partnership, or do we look for a new right back? Let me know down in the comments. Our central midfielders and CDMs, we have 4, one being Steven Eustachio, Canadian, 83 rated, 28 years old, very, very good. Philip Billing is still here, 29 years old, 79 rated. He's okay. Yunus Musa, capped out at 78 rated at 22 years old. He's more of like a variety kind of player. We can play him on the right-hand side. We can even play him as a cam sometimes or as a CDM. And then, of course, we have James Ward-Prowse, also 83 rated, 30 years old. Our starters have been Eustachio and James Ward-Prowse, and then Yunus Musa and Philip Billing have been coming in as substitutes. Do we need to upgrade? Do we need to bring in another quality midfielder? I'm not 100% sure. James Ward-Prowse, I mean, he's 30 years old, but he's still 83 rated. And Eustachio's 28, 83 rated. Those guys are quality. They're good. But do we need another one? On the left-hand side of attack, we do have quite a bit of left midfielders and left wingers, and I'm going to show you why. First of all, of course, we have Hamid Traore, we have Enciso, and then when you go down the list, we have Gamal Abdallah, who came back from loan. He's 71 rated now, by the way, 19 years old. Juan Carlos Rivero came back from loan, 17 years old, 71 rated. We have Johannes Sandberg, 20 years old, 74 rated. And then we have Owen Clark. Owen Clark, he's 20 years old and he's 75 rated. He came back from loan. Obviously, his loan spell was very, very successful. I don't think we need to have anybody else for that left-hand side because we have the starter of obviously Hamid Traore. Then we have Enciso, who can play left, right, and cam. And then we, of course, we have Rivero and Sandberg and Clark. So I think we're good on that left-hand side. But when it comes to our right-hand side, our right midfielders and right wingers, we don't have much. We only really have Reece Nelson. And then, I mean, David Brooks can play there. You know, Ross Barkley can sometimes fill in there as well. I mean, Enciso can fill in there as well. But Reece Nelson had quite a disappointing season last year, guys. So I think we need to upgrade for Reece Nelson. We did have Amad Diallo. Now, do we bring back Amad Diallo? We had Amad Diallo playing as a cam for David Brooks, and Reece Nelson was playing on the right-hand side. Sometimes we played Amad Diallo on the right-hand side, and then we played David Brooks in that cam position. I think we should bring back Amad Diallo. He was very, very good. He was probably our best player for the last 3 months of the season. I think we need to bring him back for sure. Or we need to look for another right-handed midfielder, and I have a suggestion for that. Just wait and see. And of course, our cam and our strikers, we do have Nathan Ahmed, 77 rated. He popped up with several goals for us last year. He's only 20 years old. And the main man, 27-year-old Dominic Solanke. Yes, some of you had said for us to replace Dominic Solanke. I don't know if I want to replace him. I think he's good. Do we need to look for another striker? I'm not sure, because with the growth of Nathan Ahmed as well, I feel like this is a great partnership. Dominic Solanke is in his prime. He's only 27 years old, 82 rated. And Nathan Ahmed, he's 20 years old, but he's already a 77. So he's only going to grow this entire season. He's a left footer. Dominic Solanke is a right footer. So it gives us two options, two different options of attack. And our cams, of course, are David Brooks and Ross Barkley. Now, if we bring in Amad Diallo, David Brooks will be that backup cam for Amad Diallo. So I think we do need to bring in another right-handed midfielder, right-sided midfielder. We need to bring in another right-sided midfielder, right winger of some sort that is quality. And if you're asking about our budget, well, because we qualified for the Champions League and we won the Europa League and we won the FA Cup, my oh my, we have 120 million to spend. The most money we've ever had. We've never had this much money to spend ever. So, I mean, we got some money. We got some money in our pockets and we can spend, and we have the credentials to buy some good players because we're playing in the Champions League. And because we're playing in the Champions League, some of our objectives are actually quite difficult. I'm not too worried about the youth development or the brand exposure or the financial stuff. The domestic success, they want us to finish again in a Champions League spot, and I think we will be able to do that. And the FA Cup, they want us to reach the quarterfinal. I think that's also very, very doable. But now when it comes to the continental success, this is our first time playing in the Champions League, and they want us to reach the semi-final of the Champions League. Like, that's crazy. That is actually crazy. Can we reach the semi-final of the Champions League? It's like, I'm scared to see our group. He performed so well last year that we had to bring him in permanently. Amad Diallo is coming back to Bournemouth on a permanent deal from Manchester United. This guy was our best player, like I said, for the last 3 months when we loaned him in. He's 80 rated. We paid 29 million for him. Amad Diallo, welcome to Bournemouth, man. I mean, this guy is going to be absolutely fantastic. I cannot wait to see what he does over the course of an entire season. Let's go. Marcos Senesi is joining Athletic Club Bilbao. He left us for 12.5 million. He only had 1 year left on his contract. We had to sell him to raise a little bit more money. But hey, he did us some good service here. I mean, we wish him all the best. Marcos Senesi has left Bournemouth. And Mark Travers has also left Bournemouth for 7.2 million to Getafe. Thank you for your service, Mark Travers. We need another quality goalkeeper, and we cannot let Norberto Neto leave this club. He's a legend. It had to be Mark Travers that's that's leaving. Roberto Neto's not going anywhere, even though he's going to be a backup. So Mark Travers has also left Bournemouth. And unfortunately, Matias Vinha has also left the club to Espanyol for 8.9 million. Yes, he's been good for us, guys. He was good, kind of somewhat of a legend as well, but we had to get rid of him to make some more cash. I mean, Brandon Williams and Ortega are just better. They're better, and Matias Vinha was just not good enough anymore. So thank you for your service, Matias Vinha. Good luck at Espanyol. Matias Vinha has left Bournemouth. And we've loaned out Juan Carlos Rivero to River Plate for 12 months. 71 rated. He's got to go get some more training, get a little bit better, come back even stronger. So Juan Carlos Rivero, you're still part of the club. You're still part of the future. Good luck at River Plate. I hope you grow well. Now, all this business that we've done with bringing in Amad Diallo and then getting rid of Marco Senesi, Mark Travers, Matias Vinha, and loaning out Juan Carlos Rivero, we still have a budget of 113 million. I mean, that looks so tasty. That looks so tasty, and I might just have a right midfielder slash right winger that we could bring in that you may like. He's come to Bournemouth in real life, and he's coming to Bournemouth in this career mode as well. Justin Kluivert, 82 rated Justin Kluivert, a rise at Bournemouth from Roma. We paid 30 million for him. 30 million, just as much as we paid for James Ward-Prowse a few years ago. Justin Kluivert, welcome to Bournemouth. Okay, so Justin Kluivert and Amad Diallo are in permanently, and this is what the squad is looking like. Dominic Solanke, 83 rated, Traore, Diallo, and Kluivert, Eustachio, James Ward-Prowse, Chris Richards, Reece Oxford, Mark Gahey, Francisco Ortega, and Neto in nets. Our bench is Billing, Zabarni, Brooks, Musa, Reece Nelson, Nathan Ahmed, Brandon Williams, and of course we still have Clark and Barkley and Sandberg, Johansson and Ciso. Smith is still here, James Hill is still here, and Gamal Abdallah. It's a little bit thin. Now, guys, we have 80 million left. Where do we prioritize? I need your help. I think the number one priority is obviously getting a goalkeeper, because we only have one goalkeeper at the club, and that is Roberto Neto. So I need your goalkeeper suggestions down in the comments for the next episode. We cannot continue, we cannot move forward until this is solved, until we get in a new goalkeeper. The other options that we need to strengthen in is, of course, in the right back position. Do we bring back Rico Lewis? If we don't bring back Rico Lewis, who else do we bring back, or who else do we bring in? Because so far, like I said, we only have Chris Richards, and then we have Adam Smith, 67 rated. He's going down. He's going to be retiring. He needs to probably leave the club to get some playtime elsewhere. So this is not good enough for Champions League. For Champions League football, this is not good enough. We need at least another backup right back for Chris Richards, if not a starter. And then the third position where I think we need to strengthen is in the center back position. But I think the center back position is the least of our worries out of the three positions that I just mentioned. I think goalkeeper first, right back second, and if we have enough money, center back third. But the first two priorities are definitely goalkeeper and a right back. In the next episode, after I get all your transfer suggestions, we are going to start the season with the Community Shield. Then it is the Super Cup, and then we go into the Premier League, and then into the Champions League draw, which will be very, very soon. So we're going to find out who is in our group in the Champions League. So again, let me know your transfer suggestions down in the comments. This is a very, very important season. I don't know how far we can go in the Champions League. I don't know how far we can get in the Premier League, but we do have a pretty decent squad so far. Again, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for tuning in. We're in season 4, guys, with Bournemouth. It's been an absolutely wild ride. You guys are very passionate about it. I'm very, very passionate about it. It's been a great journey with this club in FIFA, and I'm hoping to continue this in FC 24, maybe with a couple more different career mode teams, or maybe we do Bournemouth again. You never know. Hey, please like the videos for me, hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet, and the little noti bell as well, so you don't miss out on any future videos. And if you like this video, you may like this video as well. This one right here. This one. Click on this video. All right. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you guys have yourself a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. All right. Peace. Watch this video, please. Watch it.